For we need a little Christmas right this very minute. Candles in the window, carols at the spinet. Yes, we need a little Christmas now. Greeting Broadway fans and thespians. Welcome back to my channel, Broadway Blind Guy, with me, Lee. If you're new here, thank you so much for stopping by, and before we begin today, please be sure to like, subscribe, and share, and ring that bell for notifications as it helps me out a ton. Also, why not take a moment to check out some of my other videos? So with the holiday season upon us and Broadway still dark, we could all use a little holiday cheer. So what's a better combination than musicals and Christmas? Nothing, right? I figured you'd agree with me. So I want to tell you my top 5 picks for the best holiday musical albums to listen to this season to bring you a little bit of joy. For some Yuletide honorable mentions, I will start off with Pasek and Paul's A Christmas Story, the musical. It's a fun album, not my favorite, but there's some good jams in there. And if you want to see an iteration of this, you can look up the Christmas Story live broadcast from Fox from a few years ago. The second honorable mention is Scrooge, which is based on Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol. There's no real surprise with the story here. Ebenezer Scrooge meets 3 ghosts, and he goes through a transformation. But this album is really fun. My personal favorite is the Birmingham cast, and it's based on the 1970 movie with Albert Finney, which includes the songs I Like Life and Thank You Very Much. Now, let's get on to the top 5. Coming in 5th place is Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the world premiere cast recording. This album is a lot of fun. You know, it's not going to be anything groundbreaking, but it's sure to put a smile on your face. And if you know the story of the grumpy green guy who stole Christmas, which we all do, then you'll enjoy this album. It includes songs such as Who Likes Christmas, my favorite song, and of course, You're a Mean One, Mr. Grinch. And on a note of interest, you can actually watch Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas, the musical, which will be broadcast on NBC on December 9th. I'm really excited for this, especially because Glee's Matthew Morrison is playing the Grinch, which I feel like is a really good fit for him. Number 4 is IRVIN Berlin's White Christmas, the studio cast recording from 2006. So this stage adaptation was adapted from the 1954 musical movie of the same name, and it includes all the characters you love, Bob, Phil, Betty, Judy, and the songs you love like Sisters, Snow, 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 Count Your Blessings, and of course, White Christmas. It's a really talented cast, starring Brian Darcy James, as well as a host of other great performers. It's definitely worth checking out and is sure to bring you a sense of nostalgia and put you in the holiday spirit. Number 3 on the list is Alan Menken's A Christmas Carol. Once again, the same Charles Dickens story about Ebenezer Scrooge, but the music in this is written by Disney great Alan Menken. And when he wrote this musical, which came out in 1994, it was during the height of his Disney Renaissance era. So you can see hints of The Little Mermaid and Beauty and the Beast instrumentation amongst the music. It has some really great songs. Some of them worth mentioning are A Place Called Home, Abundance, Charity, and Goodwill Towards Men, and God Bless Us, Everyone. Of course, you can't have A Christmas Carol without a song like that, right? And if you want to watch an iteration of this, you can check out the 2004 TV movie starring Kelsey Grammer, Ruthie Henschel, Jane Krakowski, Jason Alexander, and a lot of other really great people. I thought it was a very faithful adaptation to this Broadway show. Number 2 is Elf the Musical. This is an album that I listen to not only around Christmas time, but all year long. It just has really catchy music, and my favorite songs in this album are The World's Greatest Dad, The Story of Buddy the Elf, and A Christmas Song. It features Sebastian Arsalis as Buddy the Elf, and Amy Spanger as Jovi. They're really sensational together, and if you want to see an iteration of this, you can check out Elf, Buddy's Musical Adventure, which was broadcast on NBC a few years ago. It's a stop-motion special, but it also features a fair amount of the songs from the Broadway show, even though they do leave some really good ones out. And number one is not actually a Broadway musical, although it really should be. But it's the Hallmark Hall of Fame movie from 1996 that very few people know about, Mrs. Santa Claus, written by Hello Dolly's Jerry Herman and starring none other than the fantastic Angela Lansbury. So this story features Mrs. Santa Claus, who takes Santa's sleigh for a ride around the world and ends up crashing it in New York, and she meets a lot of great people. Along the way, you get some really catchy tunes typical to Jerry Herman's classic style, some really brassy numbers, and just all around a romping good time that I'm sure you are bound to love. I listen to this album all year long as well, and these songs get stuck in my head, and I guarantee that they're going to get stuck in your head. On a side note, if you want to watch this movie, you can see it on the Hallmark Now app. And I personally think this should be a Broadway musical with Nancy Opel, Beth Level, or Bernadette Peters as Mrs. Santa Claus. And there you have it, my Yuletide top 5 musical albums of the season. Check them out. They're on Spotify, Apple Music, or wherever you get your music. So thank you so much for watching, and happy holidays! Keep singing, keep dancing, and keep loving Broadway.